Hello and welcome to Beyond the Studio. I'm Nikki Woods, and I am sitting here with Mint Condition.
Yes.
Yo, what's up?
Fresh off an Unsung. Yeah. Why don't we just go around and introduce ourselves and tell us like a little known fact about each of you so we can refamiliarize ourselves.
A little known fact.
Yeah, a little known fact, something that our audience may not know about you.
Well, I'm Lawrence. I play keys, and I grew up as a foster child.
Oh, really?
So I was in the foster care system, so I know that one, that system, personally.
Wow. See, little no, I didn't know that. You want to pass your mic back?
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm Jeff. I play keyboards and just a little bit of saxophone. I earned a master's degree in criminal justice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did it on the road. You're a bad man.
Bless you.
I can't go after that. Master's degree. My name's Odell. I'm a father of two beautiful daughters.
Oh. See, that's
What's
emotional.
up? My name is Rick. I'm from the south side of Chicago. Grew up with like 14 brothers and sisters. Whenever they would come cut off the lights, my dad would go and cut them back on. When they came and they took the light meter, he plugged up another light meter. When we didn't have no heat, he ran a pole through our neighbor's basement to their gas, and we were able to have the oven on in the kitchen along with the kerosene tank that heated up the rest of the house.
That's how they do it on the south side. That's
Living in Luxury Brown, 2005.
Okay, come on. Little known.
Stokely, fellow drummer, husband, father, former Domino's pizza driver.
No.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
30 minutes or less every time?
30 minutes. That's when they had that going. I would sit, but I would, I'd go around if it was, they had,
Late.
I wasn't late. They would hated me because I would be on time. Me brothers and sisters at it's a black dude on there, trying to get some free pies, right? But I used to bring them. I used to bring them pies. Yeah, right. They think, that's what they thought until they see me like, it's a black dude. They couldn't get over on it. So
how early did you all start with your, for people that have kids and are looking to get them involved in instruments, how early did you all start playing? How old
I
were
was
you?
early. I was 3, 4, and started
Really?
kind of messing around with it.
I had the plastic guitars as probably as a little 5-year-old. Started off with the plastic guitars and then moved up to the J.C. Penney's guitar
Did JCPenney sell guitars?
catalog. Back then, the only way you can get a guitar is through the catalog.
the catalog?
Or you said you had to drive all the way into the city or something like that.
First drum set was Sears. All that. Monkey Wards.
Wow.
All that.
I didn't start that early. I've been around music all my life
Uh-huh.
because my father and my stepfather played steel drums and bass. So I've been around it, but I didn't start playing until I met this guy in high school, guitar.
Really?
Yeah. So then I was just playing steel drums and drums.
And what about that formal lessons? Did you take formal lessons or did you teach yourself?
For me, I started late too, and started in church really. So just sitting behind the church guys, and them showing me the stuff, like play this now, right after me, type thing, and then some formal lessons and a little bit like 1 year in college even for piano for me. So yeah, it was all over the place, all over the map for the instruction.
I'll just hit you and you can pass.
No real formal lessons. I started in grade school playing saxophone, and then toward junior high, I started kind of picking up keyboard stuff, and went to high school with these guys. Of course, Central High School, St. Paul, where there was a performing arts program. So we had a recording studio and a bunch of musical equipment there, and kind of really got started there.
Well, what was filming the Unsung episode like?
It was fun.
Did you learn a lot? I mean, it's like they go so deep.
Well, it's like we just reflected a lot, I had a lot of footage from way back, a lot of stuff that you all haven't seen.
We noticed all the different changes in hairstyles. That was like
it's
amazing.
It's supposed to be that. I mean, it was fun. We thought it'd be fun to see. And, give people a kind of look into our world. Yeah.
It was incredible. And I think that, I mean, you have such a wide fan base, but I don't know if a lot of people realize like how much you all really have done until we saw the Unsung. And I was like, oh, yeah.
We forget, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It was great, though. Great feedback. So.
Oh, one of the things they left out, one of the original band members, they mentioned his name was Roger Lynch. He's the son of Roger Troutman from Zapp.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Young when he started with us, about 13. Yeah.
So how do you think that it has changed, like from when you guys first started to now, especially like being a band? I mean, you get a lot of solo acts that are able to transition, but having like 5 people that, you all have to transition together as a group, how's that experience been?
Yeah, it's natural, as bands do. We're from that era of groups from the 70s. I mean, we know how to move no other way. Yeah, I mean, that's how as a band, you do things together, you come up with different ideas, and we're very much into listening to what's happening right now, but we don't always have our integrity of who we are. So we kind of move. It's like, inhaling, exhaling. It's pretty natural for us.
I was saying earlier, you all have a lot of low talking. It's like you all are actually like brothers. Like you're it's a lot
how
of.
can you not be? It's, it's
a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
20-something years.
We getting along.
Yeah. See, that's that.
We getting along probably like at our best right now. Like there's like no problems with us at all right now.
What do you guys argue
Except for
about?
our bad habits. Like if we can nip like our bad habits.
What are your
on
bad
stage,
habits? What are the bad habits?
Sometimes
Tell on each other.
See, then we'll be back where we were.
What is the
during
biggest
our break.
argument you guys have ever had? What's the biggest argument?
Various. I mean, you have brothers, sisters.
Yeah, I have one sister.
One sister. What did you got? What happened when you were young? Take each other's clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, anytime we'll be inside a 4 walls talking about how something should go, music. It's always that's always like a big thing. But there's some of those are good problems. I think the big stuff when you're younger, you got all that youth juice, we call it. And you're real impulsive. You want things your way. It's power struggles and that kind of thing. Just like any human being, that's when you come out the womb. It's about me. So you have to kind of unlearn all that stuff as you go along in life, in your journey. So it's the same thing. And being an artist, wanting to express yourself and have all those things. It's always a challenge. So we try to balance it, and there's always going to be a challenge there. But I think trying to respect each other, as men, for us and musicians, and get everybody's things heard as much as we can. It's always sometimes unbalanced depending on the time and whatever we're doing. It's just how it is like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you got to listen to everybody.
Yeah.
And then it always, come back, around to my idea. So
is that how it works?
No, I'm just kidding.
Or less.
But I would say that probably one of the biggest fights that most bands have, though, is over money. And you all came up with a way that you squashed that whole thing from the very beginning. Tell me about that.
It's important. Like we argue, we fight, little squabbles all the time, but never about.
Can you grab this microphone, please?
Never about money, or anything like.
Mm-hmm.
The major things like what are how's the career going? We pretty much are unified on that kind of stuff. Fight on crazy stuff like we used to have these fines. That's what I tell you about that.
You had fines?
We tried to have fines because
like James Brown
I
fines?
was notoriously late.
Hold on. Let me, because I was the cap.
I was the keeper, but
I was the timekeeper though. Let me tell you, Jeff and I, we would be at like flight time on time every time, all the time. It would be Jeff and then me, and I would, I got my kids at home, so I'm running red lights to get there. We sitting there waiting hours for the rest of the brothers to get there, So we set up when we finally get to rehearsal and we get fed up. We finally set up a time thing. You got to be there by a certain time or else you're gonna get fined. Well, these brothers would still come late. And talk their way out of the fine. So I don't know how it worked out like that, but
That's funny.
That was a funny time.
Yeah.
But you all decided early on that you all would just split the money equally, that there would never be like a difference in pay scale or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, because we were all contributing. We're all writers, producers, and that started early for us. In high school we had a recording studio, and we had a really unique upbringing, and we saw a lot of people around us. When we came up, it was like in Minneapolis, it was real hot bed. Everybody was coming there. We went away. If you saw some of the shows, like we went to LA to try to find a deal. Every time we went there, it was like everybody was like, "Well, why are you guys here? Where you guys are from is where it's at." Right at that time. So we've seen a lot of people come up, fall, get back up. Some people didn't get back up. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of examples. And
you're the troublemaker.
It was so it was, and we had a lot of we were students at that time, so that really helped a lot.
Cool. So with Black, okay, go ahead. Did you get?
What was the question again, so I could make sure
We were talking about splitting the money equally and how that took that whole element of discourse out of the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, we all definitely contribute. So and that's what makes this group like great. Like I'm sure Odell can do the whole CD by herself. But there'll be something missing. I can do the whole CD by myself, but there'll be something missing. So what makes this band is all of us together. At the end of the day, I don't care how talented Stokely is.
That's very talented.
So with Black Music Month coming up, talk about some of the influences and the people that have influenced you in your career.
I'm sorry, the question.
Yeah, the question, Black Music Month. Talk about influences, who's inspired you, who do you model yourselves after?
Countless.
Everybody pick
start
somebody.
with me, and I'll just say James Brown because he was like my first music love. I used to come back to Twin Cities. We lived in L.A. for a while, and then I would come back for the summers to be with my dad. He had every James Brown record to that date, and I would play it all day. I wouldn't even leave the house. I would just be playing. He had one of them stereos with the TV in the middle and the two speakers on the side.
Oh, my gosh.
Stereos inside. So you lift it up, play your stereo. Record, LP, you put it on. Plop, plop, put the needle on the record. That was me all day long. I didn't leave the house all summer. I would just play James Brown records. So that was my first love. Inspiration.
And it was a lot of gospel because the church, so you come up and, you kept up with all the new stuff as playing, so you're like on it, catching all the new stuff. And then Stevie Wonder, just everything, Ohio Players, all those groups, a lot of jazz stuff, Herbie Hancock, everybody, Hampton Halls, just like there's a ton of names that could go on forever.
Cool.
My dad was a jazz collector, so it was a lot of jazz in the house, but with four brothers and sisters, also had everything, from top 40, all the way to the same, Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind & Fire, Chicago, just everything. So, yeah.
A lot of bass players, Bootsy Collins, Dr. Mark from Slave, Louis Johnson before I met him, Stanley Clarke before I met him.
And now that you've met him.
They say never meet your heroes.
Yeah,
never meet your heroes.
Never meet your heroes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All of who they said, all the bands of the 70s, even before then, drummers like Max Roach, Art Blakey, West African drummers like Olentunji, Mocham, all kind of folks. These guys,
Very
continues.
Cool. So tell us about the
Bob
new
Marley.
CD. But thank you. I was supposed to marry Bob Marley when I was little. Yeah, I was in love with Bob Marley. Tell us about the new CD.
It's great. You don't have it?
I have it.
All right.
Tell them so they can go get it.
Y'all better go get it. Don't play no game.
Tell them about the record.
Oh, yeah, man.
Who'd you collaborate with? What's
people.
the feel? Why is it different from the last one?
Different from this CD is, we did it all in real time. We all was going through stuff, and, so we would like be in the studio recording, and I had to sing this part to like Stoke, and it was like, being a man, and then you got to sing this, you got to sing this idea to him, and you're like, what's the song? Let's see how it went.
Let's see how it went. What was it? There was a few up there.
Sing
I
it
can't
to
remember.
Song about this.
About the what?
What's the song? You lied to me and you were my girl.
Look at him when you sing.
No, no, thank you. No, thank you.
I get the feel.
It goes like this, man. Except it's more like
It was like this.
you lied to me. And you is that moisture? Is that moisture?
And you were my girl. And now you lied.
It's like, man up, man. You gotta sing stronger than that,
Out
man.
of my world.
Y'all are hilarious.
So we were like, we were going through things as we were recording. As we were doing these tracks, we were trying to get through the sessions because some of us had things on our mind. We were dealing with relationship stuff. So it was interesting, man, because you had this job you had to do, but you were like right in the middle of something. So every break you'll be like, man, I can't believe she lied to me.
Everybody else is like, no.
It's crazy.
They're leaving you totally on your own. Like, no.
That was good experience. I mean, so like say for instance, not saying you, but hypothetically, he'd been in one relationship at the beginning and then at the other one it didn't work out. We traveled that journey with him at the same time, hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
So it'd be a whole different person at the end of the
Really
CD.
funny.
Real time music at the speed of life. So you were getting as it was happening. A lot of times, somebody might it might be you had something, and we have those. We actually had some stuff that we had done years ago too, and it still felt good. That's the thing about our music is like we try to remain, true to who we are. So you get that classic stuff. When something is really good, we pulled the track off that we did like years ago, and just redid everything. The song was still there, basically. Just added
Wrote about a new girl.
There you go. Real time, right then.
You're the troublemaker. All right. Well, the album is in stores now, correct?
That's right.
Correct. The name of the album?
Music at the Speed of Life.
Speed of Life.
Not light. Life.
Life. We got it. It's been conditioned. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Always having on. And you can check out Unsung. It's been running like crazy. So
we appreciate all the support, all the comments, good, bad, terrible, but it's all good. Beautiful. Thank y'all. Appreciate you.
Been
Give those
conditioned.
curls.
That's right.
What did you say?
Curl
Give the
activator, y'all.
curls. Activators.
Yeah. Forgive
That
all the
was the
juice
most
on your
amazing
TV.
thing.
We left on your TV screen.
That's right.
You guys are funny. It's Mint Condition. We've gone beyond the studio on blackamericaweb.com.